Hey, so today I wanted to talk to you about different types of controllers. So we ran across a multitude of different types of controllers out there in the industry. And so I wanted to go over a couple of those with you and talk about the functionality of some of those controllers, where you may use those different types of controllers, and then which one may be the best for you. And a lot of the options for the best one will depend on your personal preferences and somewhat the application. So I just wanted to start off. We can start off with Hunter. So this is a Hunter Pro C controller. As you can see, it has the internal components would be here. It has a faceplate, and it has a digital timer that allows you to be able to turn that. You can also see it has this is a straight wire. So this would actually be wired up. This would not go into a plug because it has the transformer inside of it. And then next to it, this controller specifically can hold up to 13 different zones. And it has modules that would go into these slots, and then the controller wires or the zone wires would mount into those applications. This is very well known. This is an outdoor controller, so it can be used in the outside of the home or in the inside of the home. Most of the time, we see this application on the outside. You also can see that it has the ability to have a sensor, so you can have a rain sensor, a rain click, to be able to check the weather and to be able to see that. This is a very common system in our area, and very well known for that particular. This is the outdoor version of the controller. This here is an indoor version. This is also a Hunter controller. This is called a Hunter X Core controller. This particular one is a 4-zone controller, so it can handle up to 4 zones. If you have a big yard and you have 10 zones or 12 zones, this controller would not work. But this is mainly for those smaller yards, smaller controllers, that sort of thing. It's very simple. This mounts inside of the garage typically, and then it just has a turn dial. So this turn dial, you would be able to turn it to the day, the start times, the run times, how long you want it to run, the days to water. Different folks have different frequencies that they want to water. A seasonal adjust, you can adjust for the season. I personally preference and recommendation is leave it 100%. If you use seasonal adjust, what's going to happen is if you say you run it for 10 minutes, and you want it to adjust to 80%, it's only going to run 8 minutes. Well, you look at the controller, you may think, man, I'm running it for 10 minutes, but you're really running it for 8. Solar sync, this will actually attach as well to a system, which outside system, which will allow for the weather connection. So you would be able to do that. So in case it rains or something like that, you'd be able to adjust. It would automatically adjust manually, and then on, and then this is the off button, and then the on button. So it's pretty basic. It's almost the exact same as the Hunter Pro C. Same features, same layout. The biggest thing here is this is a smaller version of the particular Hunter Pro C. This particular one is a 4-zone controller, and its panel is down here at the bottom. So this snaps off, and then you can see you have your 4 zones. You can get up to 8 zones in the X Core. You also have your sensor where you can hook that in. And then as you can see as well, it has the 24-volt system. So it plugs right into a regular 120 outlet. So this is another common one that we see in our area. Another option that's out there, this is an Orbit. Orbit is almost set up the exact same way as you see in the Hunter. There's a lot more push buttons on this. It's a little bit more cumbersome in regards to this. Orbit is sold a lot of times at your Lowe's and Home Depots. They have been around for a long time, but this is an older Orbit controller. Again, you can see at the bottom is pretty much the same as the Hunter. You have your sensors, you have your common wires, you have your 4 zones. Orbit will also come in multiple zones as well. This plugs into the wall, so it's not a direct wire. And then you have your manual, so you can run the system manually. You can do rain delays. You can set programs. And again, this has a turn dial, just like we had in the Hunter system. That's an option. Then another option that we have is this is another Hunter product. This is called a Hunter Node. A Hunter Node is, as you can tell, is smaller. And people go, what would you use it for? A Hunter Node is for those places where a wire is broken, or you can't get an electrical connection there. Maybe it's in an island parking lot in a shopping center, something like that. You can get, as you see up here, it says sensor. You can put a sensor on it. It does have a common wire, and then this one has 2 zones. You can get them with a couple of more zones. I believe they go up to 4 zones total, but nodes will do like 10 zones. And each of these are run off of 2 9-volt batteries that are on the backside. So, yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to screw this. And then on the back here, there will be 2 9-volt batteries. Those 9-volt batteries last for usually about a year or so, is what we found. We change them out every spring for our clients. And then this has just 5 buttons in the center. And so you can mash the button in the middle as the enter, and then it'll go through the program for you. It'll ask, how many days to water, what the time is, what the year is, so forth and so on. The advantage to these is great because you're able to use them in the parking lots and islands and places you can't get electrical. The problem with these is you have to know where they're at. If you lose them, for an example, or you're not sure where they're located, there's no way to track these. You can't put a wire locator on them and chase them down or do any of that because, unfortunately, there is no electrical current and it's not attached to the main system. So another product that's out there on the market that Hunter has, as well as this is a product called SkyDrop. These are basically the same as the Hunter Pro C controllers. They have a lot of the same features. However, the biggest feature here that is kind of cool is the fact that it connects to the irrigation system, connects to the internet, and then therefore it also connects to an app on your phone. So this particular one right here, it will check the temperature. It will know how hot it is, how cold it is. It will also be looking for weather forecasts. So if you know that it's going to rain for 2 days, currently with one of the manual systems, you may have to go cut it off. There's nothing like driving down the road, it pouring down rain, and somebody's sprinklers are running. But with a SkyDrop or a Hunter Pro C, Pro C with the ability of having that solar sync, you can also have the HydroWise controller by Hunter as well. All those products will be able to connect to the internet, and they make different adjustments. This particular SkyDrop product was purchased by one of our homeowners. They had an app on their phone, and it makes it pretty easy to be able to control just via the app on your phone. And then one of the other big companies that is out there, this is Rainbird. So Rainbird and Hunter are competitors, have been competitors for years in the market space of commercial and residential irrigation. And so Hunter is one that we particularly use. We see a good bit of Rainbird. We don't see as much Rainbird in our area, in our market. But Rainbird and Hunter have some features that are along the same lines here in this controller. So as you can see, this is an older controller. This is a ESP. This controller is an indoor or outdoor controller. It can be used for both of those. We see it inside and outside of garages. The big thing here is it's got a big, huge turn dial, and it has a whole lot more features on this turn dial than you see on the Hunter, the Rainbird, because you have to go through and Hunter and Rainbird, the Hunter, and you have to go through and actually change the information via the push button. And so you go through each one of these steps, literally just one after the next, and it will walk you all the way through. This particular controller has all 7 days, so it can water what days that you want. You go in and turn it on for those particular ones. You can adjust. This has a seasonal adjust. It has a weather delay. It has a rain sensor, so you can attach Rainbird's rain sensor to this particular unit, and then it would also be able to make that adjustment. You have the manual station in there as well, so You can make manual adjustments to it as needed. You can do a manual program. You can run all the systems. Now, one of the things about the test all systems stations here is you can go to that and click it and say you wanted to run each zone for 3 minutes. So you could check all the heads and all the zones. You could set it to that, click it, set the time, and then go out into the yard. So you're not having to go back and forth from the controller to the yard and the yard to the controller to be able to figure that out. And so again, this particular one is this is also a wired controller. And this controller, as you can see, has modules. These modules come out. And so it makes it very easy for them to slide out and they can be replaced. And so it's very simple. This particular controller, it double stacks. So you have one row here and one row here. So this is zones 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they kind of double stack in that. This particular controller here will hold up to 22 zones all at one time, which in most places, in most spaces, that's perfectly well. And the way you put these modules in, you slide them in, they go all the way in, and then you click it over so that they're locked into place, and you can see they don't come out, which is pretty easy. Most of the controllers that we talked about that have modules, the Pro Seat and this particular Rainbird, they have one module that comes with them automatically. And so you can see this runs up to 4 zones automatically because you have your common wire and your other wires. Your sensors are over here in this side. And so that way you can put your sensor or any kind of sensor that you would like to have with that. I recommend to clients that it is a simple item to purchase and a simple item to install. I recommend that clients always install a rain sensor. You can get what's called a wireless rain click. You can get a weather station if you want to be more fancy, or you could get a wired rain sensor. All of those are options that give you some simplicity to it, but they allow you the ability to be able to monitor the irrigation. Because nowadays with the water restrictions and the issues we're dealing with water, also, I don't know about in your area, but in our area, we deal with the expense and the cost of water. And so when you're dealing with all those things, it is better to have that $75 rain sensor out there so that you don't have to worry about you wasting money on water that you don't need. So hopefully this kind of goes over in a very, very high view of an options that are out there for irrigation controllers. If you have any questions or you'd like to know more detail, let us know and we'd be more than happy to help you with that.